Hi, my name is Mark Nedgebaum from Newsweed.com. Today is June 28th, 2021, and I will give you a rundown of the news as of today. Thanks for watching. In Miami, they're still trying to discover what caused the building to collapse. Our review of the video and a look at the after pictures show that there were no rebar connecting the entire width of the building to the other building. This could possibly be one of the causes. Also, a cause could have been poor structural securement at the base. However, from what we can see, it doesn't really look like that. It looks like the one side of the building didn't have any connection in to the main part of the building that remained standing. Only some rebar was tying the two buildings together. If there was a shift in the one building, then the building could collapse. We'll have to see what happens. In the meantime, there were several people that are dead for sure. There are fires underneath the collapsed building, and it's a very difficult operation to try to turn over uh, some of the debris with the equipment that they have. So we're not looking for really good results. We would suspect that there's probably going to be over 125 people dead. It's very bad. And it's sad because Florida is known as a place where people go to retire and relax. It's a very sad moment in America when our buildings actually crumble and fall down. And that can only mean that, there was poor workmanship. Uh, Regardless of how old the building is, it's still poor workmanship. Anyway, in other news, President Biden did attack a couple of weapons depots in Syria and in Iraq. His justification for it, he claims, was that the um, Iraqis or someone has been attacking our forces with drones. So it seems to be totally reasonable that they went out and attacked the weapons bases in Syria as well as in Iraq. So good for Joe Biden. Good move. Um, in Russia, a Russian appeals court on Monday upheld a 9-year prison sentence for Trevor, a former United States Marine, who was convicted last year of endangering the lives of two police officers, August 2019, a charge he denies. U.S. Ambassador John Sullivan, who returned to Moscow last week after leaving in April amid a diplomatic crisis, said he regretted the court's decision. There's a vapor caper brewing. Electronic cigarette giant Juul Labs, Inc. will pay $40 million to North Carolina and take more action to prevent underage use and sales, according to a landmark United States legal settlement announced on Monday after years of accusations that the company had fueled an explosion in vaping. A state judge accepted the first of its kind agreement with the U.S. State North Carolina Attorney General Josh Stein, who had sued Juul, accusing it of employing unfair and deceptive marketing practices that targeted young people to use its vaping products. Sounds to me like people that smoke usually have parents that smoke, whether it's a vape or whether it's a cigarette. So, seems a little harsh, but they're going to pay. Um, Cryptocurrency, yeah, rah, rah. We all love it. We all hate it. It depends if it's up. It depends if it's down. Right now, Bitcoin is up. It pushed higher as proponents took the UK's crypto crackdown in stride after the digital token traded above a key technical level over the weekend. The largest cryptocurrency advanced as much as 8% and recently traded at around $34,580 in New York. I would say crypto is going to be around for a while. I've been up and down on this situation myself, but I think that 100,000 crypto, not out of reach. It seems like it's people that are searching for a better way to store their money, a better way to transact, and I wouldn't discount crypto at this point. So pay attention to it. Crypto may not be crap, and I may have called it crap before. The crypto aficionado's mantra that Bitcoin is equivalent to digital gold is winning converts around the world. So let's take a close look at this in the future. Tech stocks, they were up today. They're in the driver's seat, so to speak, with shares of Apple and Salesforce rising more than 1%. The last time I checked, the price of Apple was $133, so 1% means it must be up about $13, right? No, about $1. So it's about $134. Let's check the price real quick. Yes, I'm a complete math idiot. Let's see the price of Apple. And the price of Apple currently is $134.83. So I was correct. It was $1.30 that it was up. Not bad. Not bad for a day's time in the market. However, if you had $134 and you spent it on one share, you only made $1.30. You might want to look at some lower price shares. Aerospace giant Boeing weighed on the Dow with shares falling 3%. Those guys can't get anything right. Maybe they're too big and lazy. Anyway, shares fell over 3% after regulators told the company it's not likely to receive certifications for its long-range aircraft until mid to late 2023. Not too good, Boeing. Not too good. Can you please tell us what happened with those two planes that crashed, that killed all those people? Or do you just want to avoid the subject? Boeing, please stand up and let us know. Treasury yields retreated today. Most maturities with the benchmark 10-year Treasury slid about 1.47%. Okay, in other news, the Supreme Court has refused to hear transgender bathroom case, which is a victory for gay rights and student Gavin Grimm. That's an interesting story, but we won't get too much into it. Genomics is the big word. Intellia shares surged 58% after the company announced positive results from a phase 1 study along with partner Regeneron of a gene editing treatment. That means kind of moving what you got going on around. Pretty interesting. The treatment is the first time gene editing technique CRISPR, spelled CRISPR, has been delivered systematically as a medicine to the human body. Other companies involved with CRISPR also saw the shares rally with CRISPR Therapeutics. Folks, the name is Genomics. If you're not invested in Genomics in 2021, you might miss the rocket ship to the moon. Get yourself involved in some of these genetic stocks. They are really something. I mean, think about it. You're going to die, but then somebody says we can edit your genes. Do you think you're going to do it? I think you're going to do it because you want to live. Here's an interesting story. A guy named Jeff Tangney launched his first healthcare startup, Hippocrates, in the middle of the dot-com bubble. While the company survived the crash and eventually went public, the end game was disappointing acquisition for less than $300 million. In other words, he kind of failed. A lot of money was invested in the company and it failed. Now he's come public with Doximity. Tangney created a web service that's both a professional network that's like a LinkedIn for doctors and a secure way for medical experts to communicate and share information with patients and colleagues. It now counts 1.8 million medical pros in the U.S. Not bad, Mr. Tangney. On Thursday, Doximity debuted on the New York Stock Exchange, closing the week with a market cap of almost $10 billion after raising around $500 million in its IPO. Tangney's stake is worth $2.9 billion. Basically, people, what he did is he funded the company without too much money. When he went public, the money that he raised was used for the company, and he was able to grow it. Very smart move, Mr. Tangney. You heard it here on Newsweed. Not bad. Check that company out. Brooklyn Nets owner Joe Tsai and Clara Wu Tsai. Remember those names. I think, and you're going to hear it here now at Newsweed, that Joe Tsai is going to be one of the most controversial figures in the U.S. and China moving forward. Joe Tsai bought the New York Nets about a year ago, and he's very pro-China. Very pro-China. Matter of fact, him and the other fellow for Alibaba, they founded the company, but then he disappeared. His partner disappeared. And he said last week on CNBC that he's painting. Jack Ma is his name. Jack Ma. He's painting. Making paintings like art. Seems a little crazy to me. Anyway, the sports owners created a $2.5 million loan program that targets black-owned businesses impacted by COVID-19. That's prejudice in itself. It should be for everybody. Everybody suffered. The money derives from the Tsai Foundation's Social Justice Fund, which was established last year and aims to combat economic inequality in black communities. The new loans are part of Accelerate program and cater to owners with credit scores 620 or below. But though applicants will not be judged on their scores, business owners need to be character-based eligible. Hence, they need to have good references to secure their loan. Joe, it should be open for everyone, not just the black community. You're doing nothing but dividing us. Nothing. Of course you want to support the black community, but all these people doing these things should not point that out because it just divides blacks from whites, Asians from blacks. Everybody's divided, Hispanics. It doesn't make sense, Joe. Okay? Character-based should be character-based, not based on the color of your skin. Thanks, Joe. Good night. Good night, people from Newsweed. Thanks for listening. That's the news for June 28th, 2021. And remember, it's never as it seems. Good night.